What is up? We are here. It is Gvon and John A.
Hello.
And we are pregnant.
Yeah.
She's pregnant.
Yeah.
And so, what better thing to do than to document the experience? I got a tripod here. She gave me a tripod for my birthday? Christmas?
Valentine's Day.
Oh, it was an early Valentine's Day gift.
Yes.
As it's still late January.
Mm-hmm.
And, but we're not using that one. We're using a different one.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of whatever. But,
the more the merrier.
right.
And so, this is our pregnancy journey. This is the start of it. This is our first video. And so, yeah, where to start? There's no proper place to start, really. We were just talking about walking 30 minutes a day and how that's a good thing to do.
Yes.
We just got done touring a facility.
Yes.
Did you have something?
Well, I was gonna go from where it started. We were starting off talking about our what do you call them? The daily swings.
The daily swings.
Daily swings. So yeah, we talked about before being pregnant, hitting our daily swings. So praying, meditating, reading, writing, and working out.
Mm.
And so he was asking me what I did because we weren't together this morning. He was out doing Spark and I was at the house. And so I prayed and I meditated. He's like, okay, so you prayed and meditated. Did you read? I was like, no, I didn't read. And he said, did you squat? Did you do some squats? And
5 squats. Did you do
5
squats?
And he's like, I'm not going to be on, you're pregnant, so I'm not going to be like on you about, vigorous workouts, 100 squats.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you want to.
Right. But then I was like, yeah, well, working out is good for the pregnancy. Probably, obviously not vigorous workouts, but
high intensity interval training or something.
absolutely. But yeah, I was like, it's good for it. And so I was researching and I was reading on this one midwife's website, and she was saying the homework for you after each appointment is talking about walking for 30 minutes a day.
Mm.
So yeah, that's how we got to here.
That is full circle how we got there.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, we just got done touring a midwife facility.
Mm-hmm.
And state of the art. I don't know if I'd call it that.
Nice. It's modern.
But it's modern.
It's a modern place.
And I would agree to the fact that it is very nice. Some work has been put in on it.
Yeah.
Our first introduction to this realm and of a midwifery, because we were both born in a hospital.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Yes.
And I'm kind of curious, for me, I guess in short, wanting a midwife birth is, I get the impression it's a lot more natural. It could possibly be more spiritual for the child. I don't want to be a bunch of medicine being put in the child when it's born. Things like that I feel midwifery doesn't do.
Right.
And I think she's kind of been under the impression of the same.
Yeah, that it's more natural, more holistic, and it's more intimate for some reason to me. Like, just more spiritual, like you said, as well.
Mm-hmm.
And which like I'm wanting like a home birth.
Yes.
Just I think because that's more intimate. Like instead of being in a hospital room with like a bunch of doctors and nurses and things, just like being in the comfort of your own space, I feel like would be so nice.
Oh yeah.
And then only having like people that are necessary to be there. But yeah, so coming back, I feel like that in itself is like more intimate, more spiritual, more holistic. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, to mention this place that we just toured, they have a birthing center, which is what we just toured. So you're not giving birth at the hospital, but you're also not. They don't do home births. So that is one thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah.
That goes against. It differs from what you would like.
From what I'd like, yeah.
And so that's a thing to know.
Yeah.
She would like a home birth. However,
if that's possible, and if that's because earlier you were talking about neighbors. You're like, you better hope
the
you have
neighbors hear
nice
the
neighbors.
baby screams through the
because
walls.
we're probably gonna be in an apartment. Like, is that allowed? Like, are we allowed to give birth in an apartment?
Against our policy that we signed
Yeah,
off
it's
on.
against the policy or something.
60-day notice. You gotta go. You gave a baby.
Right. You birthed the baby here.
Silly.
So you're out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. And it would that be? Yeah, I didn't really. I wasn't being considerate, and I'm really sorry about that. I wasn't considering like other people, like the neighbors, and how they would feel about a baby being birthed right next door.
I know, and it's funny because when there was something so sacred like this in a village, like our ancestors, I feel like everyone would know.
Oh yeah.
And everyone would be mindful, even if they weren't, eager for the kid. Like, oh yeah, so and so's giving birth. This is just a thing. Let her. It's okay, guys.
Right, like it's just a part of life. It's just a part of how it is.
So perhaps if it was a thing, maybe if it was okay with the leasing people, if we actually told the neighbors that it was something that was going on.
Yeah.
But it depends
that
on.
Would be cool.
It would be cool, wouldn't it?
We'd have like a little community of like people that.
And you could not only birth a child, but birth a community in that way.
Yeah.
So maybe this should be before we move in anywhere, this should be a prerequisite.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, look, we want to move in. All this looks great. It's not to this, not to that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to give birth. We want to give a home birth.
Yeah.
And here's our idea behind it. And imagine them hearing out, birth, not only a human, but birth, bonding in the community. People are aware of each other. People know this thing that's happening.
It's happening.
And the beauty that could come from that. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
The potential there is really cool.
That's very cool. I like that a lot.
Which, even coming full circle, supports the idea, the framework originally behind why we want a midwifery type of birth.
Yes.
Is it feels as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
As a birth should be more natural.
Yeah.
Like, how did we do this before hospitals, before this innovative technology?
Yeah.
And so I think what else is natural? Community, right? We're supposed to know each other. We're supposed to help out each other, the people we live with, and vice versa. And so these are all valid thoughts that we've been having since we first found out on I don't know, sometime between our Vipassana.
January 16th?
Yeah.
Is when I found out, and then you found out the next day, I think.
Right.
Because, I took the test. I had 2 tests, and I took one on the 16th. It was like the second day. Maybe it was the 15th. No, because, we got there on the 14th. Day 1 was the 15th.
The day after. The first full day.
Which was the 15th of January. And then the second day is when I took the test, which was the 16th. So you guys, I found out on the 16th. And then I took the other test in the morning, like really early in the morning on the 17th. And then that's when I told you as well.
I found out the third day.
Yes.
And, she has her own story of how it happened. She wrote to speak to the teachers, you have to write on this notepad on the wall. And it's like, hey, I'm pregnant. Or, pregnancy test, question mark.
Pregnancy test, question mark. And, then she left me a note. She's like, I'm working on your request. And I was like, okay, awesome. That was nice of her to, like, send me a note, like, that she was working on it.
It might take longer than usual.
Yeah, right. It might take a little bit, but we're going to get it to you.
And the idea that the center, the Dhamma Vipassana Center, shout out to Dhamma Sukha in New Ulm, Texas, that they would even have a pregnancy test to begin with, that they would think that far.
Yeah,
like, hey, we might need these things.
I don't know if they had it or if they went and got it. I think they literally went and got it.
What if they just DoorDashed you some
or DoorDashed
pregnancy
it, or
tests?
I think they bought it. That's what I intuitively felt like that they did.
Shout out to Dhamma.
Because it was in HEB. It was in 2 bags, actually. At first, the bag on the outside was like a Chinese restaurant or something.
Interesting.
And I was like, that's
I haven't heard
weird.
these details.
Yeah. Yeah. And so then I opened it, and then there was another bag, and it was an HEB bag.
Okay.
Yeah. So, plastic bags.
Interesting combination there.
I know. I think it was a Chinese restaurant. It was something weird.
Yeah.
Like that. It wasn't a grocery store. Or like maybe it was like a Chinese market or something like that. And I was like, huh, that's weird. And then I saw HEB, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. But they just used 2 bags. They probably wanted to cover up what it was.
Yeah, because remember, Dhamma is a lot of Asian origin, and then Dhamma, Asian and Indian.
That's very true.
Yeah, so going on there. So
yeah,
incredible. And so the process continued to facilitate itself. You know, you took the 2 pregnancy tests.
Yeah.
You had the symptoms. You were late.
Yeah.
And when I say the symptoms, like the typical morning sickness, right? No throwing up.
No throwing up, but just nausea. It's but like when I was eating, especially.
Yeah. I like the oatmeal with the prunes. She didn't even give the prunes a chance. I'm like, there's some of the best things on the baby. She's just like, it looks bad. I'm not even gonna try it.
Yeah, I just totally didn't.
Fair enough.
Didn't even try it.
I can't say I tried every single thing while I was there, so yeah, I stayed away from some stuff, but all around great vegetarian options. You know, they've done well to know what people like.
Yeah, no, the food was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was really pretty good. It was seasoned well.
You
know, and then also they had seasonings.
Gave you the option to season
to add more if you wanted. Yeah, so that was really nice. That was really nice. There was a couple times. They had more. They had like one time they had French fries, and then another time they had cookies. Did you get that?
We got cookies and we got French fries.
Oh, you got that?
I had to process for a second.
But the fries, they tasted kind of weird.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's just like a random fact.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that for myself.
Even the cookie tasted kind of weird to me.
I was surprised. Like, hey, cookie day.
Yeah, I was late too.
Yeah.
And I ate it all.
Yeah.
I ate the whole thing.
It
wasn't like I tasted it and it was weird.
I think I saw that there were extras because, it said it only supposed to take 1.
Yes.
I think I might have got back and got 2.
Ah, that's good.
Might have got 2.
That's good. Because, some people, we didn't eat all of ours because there was enough for everybody, Sydney said. And there were people that just decided not to eat one. So,
there were also those people. Yeah.
Right. So that, it's justified. You were rightfully got 2.
Yeah. It felt like that.
Yeah.
And there was also a day where they made this awesome, like, I don't know what it was. It was this, like, garlic and onions, this stir fry. Some type of stir fry. Delicious. And I wasn't the first to get to lunch that day. By the time I was there, all of it, there was, like, just a little bit left. And I was like, it was like a moment of, like, a sankara coming up of, something coming up, a trigger coming up to be looked at. It's like, you animals. Like, don't you understand you need to leave some for us? And of course, I've been to one before. I'm like, when it's gone, it's gone. There's usually never any more in the back unless it's chips or something like tea or something.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I just took a little scoop and it was so good. I understand why it went gone so quick. It was so delicious, but I was the first to lunch, I think, every time after that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You learned your lesson.
I learned my, trauma will do that.
Yeah.
So I love the Vipassana. I already signed up for another one. So my take on the Vipassana meditation, albeit, I did find out I was going to be a father during one. And it was something that the teacher had never seen before. I don't know if your teacher said that same thing. If she
did not say that.
Scott was like, in all my years of teaching, I've never seen this before. He was like, at 2 meditators at the same time, the couple? No. He was like, I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed the Vipassana. I already signed up for another one to serve. And I don't know. What's your take? Especially with it being about a week later-ish. You found out you had a kid during it. You got told, hey, don't feel called to work seriously hard. Take it easy. But I remember you telling me you didn't like it. You didn't like it very much. And I know it's your ego. So I'm curious, like, where are you at with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of I feel like I don't know if it's my ego or not. Like, I don't know if it's my ego if it's my ego, because this is a way to enlightenment, and the ego is like, no, can't do that, you know, because then I'll be gone or whatever.
I think it could be that.
Yeah, it totally could be that.
Could be, right.
Or if it's also partly, maybe it's the ego for sure, but I feel like also there's many different ways to enlightenment and to liberation. And I feel like maybe it's possible, which I know that Goenka, he said this even, that people will do this to themselves, but they'll say like, oh, it's not for me. And like, I feel like that's possible, that I'd say that it's just maybe not the technique for me personally.
Yeah.
But so that's where I'm at.
That feels good.
Because it just, you know, doesn't resonate fully. Like, I resonate with Goenka and like his message and what he says and
heavily,
you know, everything. But
same.
just generally the technique itself, like, do I want to use that to fulfill liberation? I'm not sure.
Like, I want liberation, but Vipassana, nah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the one.
Yeah, you're not sure. Not rejecting it completely.
Yeah, I'm not rejecting it completely. 100%. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see, if you look, so you have that perspective, you go to mine. I soak it up, because the biggest realization I've gotten is so much of my spirituality has been intellectualized in the head. Like, you learn this about law of one stuff. Like, you learn this, this seventh dimension, it's like this. Oh, well, God's like that. Oh, what about in the fifth? Oh, it's like social memory complex. Oh, but here it's so much of intellectualism and high philosophies. And even Goenka said, to your point too, this isn't the only way. He says, if any path leads you to feeling the sensations in the body, to liberation by feeling the sensations, he says that's Vipassana. That's what the core teaching is. It's feeling mental purification via feeling the sensations in the body, becoming really sensitive to what those are. And circle back around so you're right, like, this isn't the only way by any means. And I still do like Kundalini practices, all that. But I have yet to find something, a teaching, a book that says, yes, you are to do this. Here's the technique, discipline, yes, all the stuff you probably don't want to hear, discipline, consistency. You just sit here, here's how you start, and you do this consistently for 2 hours a day. Because that's what the course is. It's an introduction to the technique. And after the course, you were supposed to keep up the practice and see how it unfolds in your life. Just see, give it a trial. By direct experience. And I think those are my key words. Direct experience. Don't read it from Christ Consciousness channeled through Tina Spalding or something, you know, channeling A Course in Miracles. Don't read it. Don't listen to a teacher at the Global Center of Christ Consciousness. Try it. Sit there. Know the technique. Be aware. I sound like Goenka preaching the technique, right? But here's the technique. You're supposed to scan the body from head to toe and toe to head, and just remain aware, which means aware of totally what you're doing. Don't get pulled away. And if you do, there are ways to come back. And remain equanimous. Equanimity, he would say, or equanimity, is balanced mind. No matter what sensation we feel, especially the pleasant ones. The painful ones, it's easy to have aversion, but the pleasant ones we want to cling to. Like, oh, feeling great sensation, free flow through my body. That's great. You're supposed to. But no, anicca. Impermanence. This will pass. This will pass too. Just like this video, time as we birth, process, death. This video will pass. There will be a time where on YouTube the algorithm comes to pass, and this probably will be no more. So witnessing that in your body come up via sensations how you can purify it just from that is amazing, phenomenal, and it gets my attention very much. And especially because we're students of the course in that sense. Like, we've done most of the lessons. I say most because she may have stopped a little short. we've seen all the high philosophies, all, right? But we've been in this headspace of, how can I know about Christ consciousness, but still I feel this suffering? Remember that? Still, I know this. I know that peace, love, and joy is good. And if I'm in my heart, I know this suffering is of my ego, but it's still there, the experience. But Vipassana teaches to remain balanced and aware. The technique, you practice the technique, not only when you sit down to meditate, but throughout all stimuli you encounter in life. I think it's been life-changing. Even just my interactions after Vipassana, it hasn't been that long. It's just been life-changing. Hard to explain, just remaining aware and equanimous throughout life. So I sound like a huge advocate for Vipassana right now. It's also free. If you go to Dhamma, you can check out Dhamma.org. Dhamma.org. You can check out if there's one near you. I totally am an advocate. If it helps. Yes, you are. If it helps you, it helps you. Definitely try it once. This is my second time trying it. Her first. And what do you know? I bring someone to the Dhamma. You spread Dhamma to others. I bring someone, and then I get gifted with a child. And then afterwards, they let us out early because this crazy ice storm came. And it's just been a really special time. And so that's a little bit about Vipassana, why I feel like it helps, and especially because how we found out. It was mid-meditation. So.
Oh, that's how you found out.
Yeah, I mean, mid-course.
Mid-course.
Mid-meditation course.
For sure.
But I haven't really said how I found out. So, and I guess I'll close by this. It's getting lengthy. I just laid down to go into Anapana, which is observe the respiration. You're doing nothing. You're just observing the respiration in and out. And you stay there. You just don't get pulled off in thought. First 2 breaths. Okay, here I go. I'm feeling it. And then I get a knock at the door. It's this kind of a smaller Asian guy, our course manager. His name is Trung. And he's just real gentle in his demeanor. He's like, kind of breaking eye contact. The teacher would like to see you. And I'm like, I'm very firm with my eye contact. I'm like, pretty sure I gave him this face. Like, didn't say anything. He's like, oh, it's nothing bad. He's like, good news. I'm like, okay. And so I say, okay, you ready? So I'm gonna get my shoes on and I'll follow you. I get my shoes on and I go out of the door and I forget, it's cold, I'm gonna grab a jacket. So I go out, grab a jacket. And then I turn the door I exit the building and I look to the left and he's peeking around the corner to make sure I'm coming. I don't know if I shared this intimate detail with you yet. He's just peeking. I'm like, okay, so this must be something serious. He's waiting to see if I follow him. He wants to make sure it's not just go here and then I'm gonna go about my business. So I have the most beautiful walk in nature, birds, all this. It just seemed like a precious walk. And we get there and my meditation teacher has his hat turned backwards. Goenka is the main teacher, but he's dead. So we watch his videos, listen to his voice, but we have 2 assistant teachers, the male and the female teacher, one for each gender that we talked to during the meditation. This was my teacher. He had his hat turned backwards. I'm like, nice hat. He says, like, look, when you go in this dining hall, you've done Vipassana before, right? I said, once. He said, well, feel into your hands, feel into your feet. Later I found out those are great entry points to feel the sensations in the body. So feel into your hands, feet, what you're about to hear next. So he opens the door. He smiled at Jeanne, which I didn't know. So due to the effect of his smile, I think that I later found out she had a huge smile on her face when I saw her, because I definitely wasn't smiling. I was like, what's going on? Like, did something happen? So I sit down. And she's like, yeah, I know you have no idea what's going on. The teachers are letting me tell you this. Didn't know if I should wait, but I'm actually pregnant. And I don't know, do you remember what my face looked like at that time when you told me that?
It was pretty straight-faced. Pretty stoic.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 days into meditation, just kind of building that momentum outside of the normal life we would live otherwise if we weren't there. So it makes sense. I was feeling that. I felt that way. Like I took it very neutral.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And you, it's letting you talk. And he's like, I don't know. You had said, I don't know what you want to do about it. Almost instantly, I said, we're keeping it.
Yeah.
And we talked for a few more like seconds, it seemed like, after that, but it seemed like a very short interaction.
Yeah, it was.
And couldn't physically touch. That's an interesting caveat. I still adhered to some of the rules of the center, of the organization, of the practice. And so we split after that. It's like, okay, have a nice minute. We're going to stay. Yeah, it was kind of, we didn't talk about it, but like, yeah, we're going to stay. And I walked out, and she walked her own separate way. I walked out, back out to the guys. They were like, hey, so how was it? I'm like, hey, it's so precious. It's very precious. And Scott was like, he just kind of gave me the rundown. He's like, so obviously you've got a bit of a way. You're going to stay? I said, you're going to stay. He's like, oh, he's so overjoyed. Interesting how overjoyed the teacher was to me. He said, you're obviously going to process. He's like, duh. You know, we laugh. Haha, yeah, of course. And he's like, so just do your best. You'll find as you go into the technique. And there was a pause. He was really thinking of how to put this in such a tender thing. He's like, he basically said, as you go into the technique, you'll find that it lessens some of the weight that this has. It will get lighter and lighter as you go into the technique. I know I'm talking for a while. I've had my monologue. And so he was right. And so imagine finding out you're going to be dad and going back into a building. You can't take action. You can't tell anybody. You can't tell the news. Can't scream it from the rooftops. Silence. Go within. Focus on the practice. And so, oh, you're really chugging that water there.
I was about to cough. I was trying not to cough.
Oh, man. Yeah, coughing during meditation. You'd have people in the meditation hall coughing.
Yeah.
I even had a coughing spell where not just a couple, but really like an uncontrollable. And I was like, oh, I know everyone, they're getting so disturbed right now.
Yeah.
You know, but you gotta have your moment, you know.
Yeah.
All that breath is like dries you out, you know.
Right.
But I was just finishing up saying, you know, you go back to the room, your residence. I went back to my residence, and I, you know, pretty sure I dropped to my knees and cried, and had my moment. You know, just felt the body kind of convulsing, doing its thing, and I walked back in, and it's 4:47 on the clock. And I saw that, and then I kind of dropped to my knees. I remember it. It was a beautiful gift to be in that space and find out the news and this is how you're supposed to deal with it. Maybe even a greater reflection is this is how you're supposed to deal with the chaos when anything happens, is go within for a while. Because what does the average person do when they find out about that?
Tell everybody.
Maybe they tell everyone rather quickly, right?
Yeah.
They don't sit with themselves. Definitely don't meditate. Not in the Western world. Yeah, there's a select few people that do, but mostly you don't. And so I just see it as a lesson from the higher self, if there is one, whatever you believe, that, hey, you know, this is what we're going to do. And I appreciate us for being resilient and sticking it out, because we did get to leave a day early.
Yes, we did.
So thank you for being resilient with me. And for making this video, which was our first video on her being a mom.
Yeah, and you being a dad.
And myself being a father. And see, I gave you space to see if you'd catch that. I was gonna say that. Just wanted to put you first there. Into ushering in a new life.
Yeah.
And so we didn't talk about, you know, the finances. We didn't talk about really the unsexy stuff, but there is, you know, like there's the day-to-day work of it, you know, me being at, you know, working every day, and at least feeling like that's the right move, right? Coming up with a plan, taking care of this here, that thing there. And so we look forward to disseminating the information over time as much as we feel called, maybe once a week, and keeping you on the loop. So yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add? She's like, maybe we won't keep you on the loop, who cares? Like,
yeah, I didn't think that, but I mean, we
Okay.
might not. But
She wants
I
to keep
feel
you in
like
the loop.
I
There you
would
go.
like to. Yeah, I would like to keep them in the loop. Whoever wants to listen and participate, I'm open for that.
There's like someone out there that's like on their 4th child, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's no big deal. You'll get over it."
Right, of course.
I remember that when I was your age. Like,
Yeah. But no, I'm just grateful for everything we have now.
you're also a singer.
Okay. Yeah.
We didn't get into that.
Right. That's like kind of random.
It's interesting. It's an interesting tidbit. I don't know to tack on here at the end, but we've more or less been musicians all of our life, for the better part of our life, the latter half for sure. Me as a rapper, singer before that, her as a singer and a model, and so we look to actualize these things as we go, and not put our dreams to the side, like as is a thing. It's this belief system: when you have a kid, you got to get serious. We're here to show you that it's possible. It's possible to do this. With me going to audio engineering school, being willing to take out a loan, I think is a good example. We know some of y'all out there will see the light that we bring, and so we look to give all of that, and receive that from you as well. So I think that's about it for me, finally.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I'm good. I don't have anything else to say.
Okay, we appreciate you guys tuning in for this long. Again, this is like our intro video, baby steps, so no pun intended. And yeah, may all of you receive as much peace and as much harmony as we are intending to embody and emit to the world as well. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Checking out. Bye-bye.